Welcome back, YouTube Nation. We're gonna go ahead and, if anything, for record, just have this videotape so when the car falls on me, everybody can know what happened. Trying to get the rest of the rear suspension out. 1980 Trans Am. All the new parts are supposed to deliver today, but we're gonna go ahead and try to knock out getting the rest of the suspension out. Let's see how well we can do here. Seems to be coming out pretty nice. The fun is going to be getting to the back and dealing with the actual spring portion, spring purchase. Other than the shock, the rear is actually loose. Alright, and we will be back in a minute. Gonna try to find a different position to get you guys where you can actually get a better view of what's going on. Okay, and we do have mounting bolts off. There's the bottom plate. As you see, spring came down. So now our fun is we're gonna have to work to get the actual shackles off. So let me get a better angle and I'm gonna go ahead and soak down all the fasteners for this last spot. It should be 3 bolts holding up the front shackle mount, that front cup, and then we have the 2 in the back, which are gonna be fun because I don't feel like pulling the fuel tank out. We will be set up and back with you with another angle here shortly. So we lubed up the left rear shackle mount shackles, got the bottom loose. Just want to make sure I get this out of here beforehand. I know I'm going to have to go from the top though because I don't have clearance with the gas tank to get this bolt out. So might be able to work something out here. exhausted right now, trying to get this nut out. Not bad though. I'm surprised. I won't say well or easy, but I'm surprised I'm not having more problems with the fasteners, which is shocking for this car, because everything in this car seems to want to fight most of the time. And no, I'm not using these ratchet wrenches to bust anything open. We use normal wrenches to make sure. Alright. I'm gonna grab a flashlight and get a better look at the top one. And we will be back here in a couple minutes once I get a light and get a better visual on this. After much trials and tribulations, we did actually get that lower, or the upper one loose. And right now we're just trying to work it out of there. We had to shock it a little bit, but nonetheless out. This is going to be a long process because of where it's located. And like I said, I really don't want to take the gas tank down. Probably could be easier, but get more swing. What the fudge? Hopefully, this bolt pushes out fairly easy too. They have a problem because they tend to seize up on the bushings like any bushings. We will know here shortly though. Because after this, if we get this loose and out, last thing we have left on the left spring pack is that front pocket, which like I said earlier is 3 bolts. So hopefully get that pretty easily. As I showed you yesterday, I did get the sway bar out, and we're actually gonna recondition that a little bit, clean it up, paint it. No sense in buying a new one when functionally there's nothing wrong with the sway bar or the links for the rear, except for, you know, they're 42 years old. And probably have been on there for 42 years. So obviously a lot of road dirt, grime, rust. But it's not going to take much to clean them up. I already cleaned the actual links up yesterday. The wire wheel. I'm going to go ahead and prep them and paint them black. Take a look at the sway bar link. Because the sway bar, the actual sway bar itself, doesn't look too bad. So it actually might not be too difficult to go ahead and just put that back on after we clean it up a little bit. And like I said yesterday, most of this generation of GMs have the same setup, short of the Corvette. And like I said yesterday, it's independent rear suspension. It's still, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've been under one of them. My uncle actually has 3 of them. But it's been a while. If I remember correctly, their independent rear suspension is a leaf spring that runs from left to right versus this suspension set, which, as you see, the leaf springs, it's 2 of them. They run front to back. Hoping to have all this out of here by tomorrow. That way I can start to get the new stuff in here. Now keep in mind, it could be my luck too. The sag on the side, other than the suspension, could very well somewhere be the body damaged also. Because when we got the car, you can tell the history. I got it from a very good friend of mine for some work on his 77 Trans Am and a motor trans, and he had gotten it from a younger kid. No telling how many fender benders he had with it prior to my friend getting a hold of it. No telling prior owner either. If you get under the hood and get under the dash, and you can definitely see the generations of owners for this car, because each person has their own little spin on wiring. Rat's nest. So it actually seems fairly loose in here. Let's hope when it comes time that this bolt up top comes out without a problem. If not, it'll be fun trying to take the fuel tank down, because I don't want to take fire to these bushings, heat to them to get them to come out with the tank up there, obviously. Right towards the end of this bolt right now. Still tight enough where I can't get that out by hand though. Even the top one's close to the fuel tank. That one right there still, as far as threading, isn't far blocked from the fuel tank. But it should be able, like I said, as long as it's not seized up, be able to push it through the bushing. We'll work our way through it. Get this out of here. Unfortunately, after sitting through physical therapy this morning, my hands don't have much grip. At least my left one doesn't. So everybody asked me when I hurt my shoulder, oh, you're right-handed, right? Or what hand do you write with, was the question. It's like my right hand. Oh, well, you're good. And not so, because my right hand, the only thing I do with my right hand is right. Everything else is my left hand. But, alright, I'm gonna grab some more tools and start to see if we can get this bolt worked out. Alright. I actually didn't take as much as I thought it would to get that out of there. This spring here, the front is actually about to come down. And there we go. So all I have left right now is, obviously, get that out. But we're also going to be, there we go, because we're also going to be replacing all this, so move your light a little bit. Lip. Yep. Got the little lip to get around. Little lip right there. I'm trying to get around. It doesn't too user friendly. I could get that off of there, it wouldn't be a problem. Small screwdriver. Go down with it. There we go. Where's my hammer? There's pressure on it. Stuck on the body lip. I gotta get enough on it to actually be able to get it out of there. Alright, we'll be back shortly. Okay, what we have left is this. There's 1, 2, 3 bolts remaining. Go ahead and start trying to knock them out. Hopefully this little gun's got it. Wrong sockets. I had the right socket a minute ago. There we go. One, ha 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 ha. Next one should be right here. So I keep my hand out of the way. And it's a little awkward because it's right where I got the jack stand. And one left. Then I'll get my arm up in this one. Other two I just loosened, but I'm out now. Once I get the bolt out. Again, got all new hardware coming. So that includes nuts and bolts. Take the last two out. spring is removed. So give you guys a quick walkthrough once I get up. Spring has been removed on the left side. We'll go ahead and clean up underneath and start to work on the right side. Hopefully, like I said, the parts are supposed to deliver today. If I get here tomorrow, I'm supposed to have real bad storms tonight and tomorrow morning. Once I get done physical therapy tomorrow, if the weather is nice, we will go ahead and get over here and start working. If you can see the nice little issue they had the helper string in. It didn't help much. If you look, let me get a light for you. It was actually snapped anyway. Alright, we'll clean up under here for a little while and hopefully possibly be back to you in a little bit on the right side. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're starting on the right side now. Light. Let's see what we got here. I think it's some light. Alright, we got these 2 nuts left on this side. Let's see if we can spin them and hopefully they will come off without a problem. And they seem to be backing off with no problem. Ooh, doggy. What I end up doing is getting the shock dismounted, and here in a minute, once I pull the rear shackle off, we'll end up lowering the rear down so I can sit on these jack stands. Yes, I know. I just put the shocks in the other day. Shouldn't be too big of a problem getting out there, right? Right now, it's really hanging. I'm also in the rubber bushings. There it is. The rear is just hanging right now, as you see. I'm going to try to attempt to go ahead and get at least the rear shackle and maybe the front shackle. Last time we did the rear first. This time we might actually do the front first. Just trying to get all the hardware so we don't lose it. Right now, the rear, I'm not going to smack it or anything like that, because right now it's literally just sitting on the U-bolt. I can attempt and see what we get. Now these should be just the T-bolts. And there's a plate. Alright. Here's nice rubber. Crap. You can see it's all deteriorated. But let me go ahead and try to get a better angle for you guys. I'm going to try to go ahead and knock out at least the rear shackle. That way we can get this thing, get the rear end actually down on the jack stands. I feel a lot more comfortable. Alright, we'll be back with you shortly. Well, YouTube, just an update. We did get right rear leafs off, left rear leafs. Problem we did have is, if you look, the rear shackle, the upper bolt, the actual nut stripped, rounded off. So I'm gonna get in there and get that off. But here's all the parts that came off. And they said we're getting all new hardware. Everything should deliver today. Already started raining here, so. And here was the rear sway bar. I do still have to get the bushings off of there. Those bushings at least. I cleaned up the actual, I'll call them links. Everything else will be cleaned up. Alright, that's it for the disassembly of the rear suspension on the 1980 Pontiac Trans Am. Hopefully tomorrow, depending on the weather and how I feel after physical therapy, we will go ahead and start updating you again. Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching. Well, there you have it, YouTube Nation. That was the removal of all the stock suspension parts on the 1980 Trans Am. Walked you through what we could. Cut a little out that was just repetitive for you. Also, like I mentioned earlier, all the parts did actually deliver today, with the exception of the sway bar bushings. But tomorrow after physical therapy, as long as the shoulder's feeling okay, we'll end up going over and getting all the new stuff installed without the sway bar. The sway bar bushing is supposed to actually deliver next week now. But we can still go ahead and get the rear suspension together and get the Trans Am sitting back on the ground. Sway bar can always be put in back later when we get the bushings without a problem. So thanks for watching. Let us know what you think. And like I said, tomorrow I'll probably have another update with how it actually turns out and during the process. Again, thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button and let us know what you think. Thanks again. It's Ron from RTR Gear.